This time, although it's not their first, it's the Wells Fargo Bank. They just got fined $1.7 billion for many years of illegal acts. This time it was the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Okay, this is a bureau in Washington that the Republicans consistently tried to prevent it from being formed, close it down, and limit its budget. And it reported its investigation that Wells Fargo did at least the following: illegal, unjust foreclosure on people's homes, illegal, unjust vehicle repossessions, illegal, unjust, incorrectly assessed fees, incorrect overdraft charges. I could go on. And on how many accounts? Get ready. 16 million accounts. You know, it was just a few years ago in 2016. Some of you will surely remember Wells Fargo had to pay fines because they had created millions of fake accounts. They had pressured their clerks, given them bonuses and so on, and punishment if they didn't do it, for how many new accounts they could open, and then made it so easy that the employees figured it out. Here's how we create a lot of accounts and beef up our low salaries. So they did. Even the head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau allowed the following sentence to escape the mouth. This behavior is like, said this head of the Bureau, a rinse-repeat cycle on a machine, a washing machine. The company does something illegal, makes a lot of money doing it, gets caught, gets a little slap on the wrist, pays a fine, looks big in the headlines, and then resumes doing that or something else like it, gets fined again. As long as there's a couple of 2 or 3 years between, maybe people will forget, maybe they won't pay much attention, maybe you can keep the PR low, maybe you can follow when you do this with a big advertising campaign talking about your company's help for the environment or for, you figured it out, you got the picture. Of course, the question, if you were logical in your mind, that ought to occur when any bank, and Wells Fargo is no way the only one, but Wells Fargo is a real winner at this rinse and repeat behavior. But the logical questions that would arise would be, why are we allowing these private bankers to rip everybody off consistently again and again? Clearly, fining them, even when the fines are in the billions of dollars, isn't working. It's not preventing these things from happening. Everything that's listed here that Wells Fargo did has been listed against banks in this country over and over and over again. Overcharging for overdrafts? Oh, I mean, are you kidding? Repossessing, messing up the paperwork for the mortgage? Come on, it's all the same. And so the logical thing would, let's not have it handled this way. Maybe the government should take over banking the same way the government takes over postal system. Certain basic national services are to be handled by the government, so we have a direct, responsible agency that isn't in the business of making money for anybody. It's in the business of serving the public, which at least increases the probability that that's what they'll actually do. This is called socializing or nationalizing the banks. Maybe banks should be run by boards, half of them elected by the workers there, and half of them by the communities that the banks serve. So we make sure that the workers and those who are to be served are the people who run the institution, not a third group whose only interest is pulling profits out of it. In other words, the problem is capitalism and letting capitalism run your banking system.